would be an economic disaster. It would remove credit from 80% of Americans, and that is their backup credit.
The monetary order is breaking down.
Japan's bond market in full-blown meltdown.
They called me daddy, right? Last time. Very smart man said he's our daddy.
And cue the fire. What Donald J. Trump is saying could be catastrophic. Now, Jamie Dimon, on the other hand, is giving you a warning. JP Morgan Chase, also known as the world's biggest bank, is calling this economic disaster. Jamie Dimon, insufficient credit score. Yes. Want to use your credit, but you cannot. But bravo! Trump's doing the right thing. Just cap it at 10. Okay. I do like your idea of controlling free market, which is very nice. Let's just say a friend or a family member that is very irresponsible their whole life. They actually never even paid you back last time, and they want to borrow some money. Will you then again loan it to them now at 10%? No, you're like, I need like 50. This guy's a deadbeat, and he's never going to pay me back, and that's what is happening now. Trump wants to cap it, but this will lead to a disaster. But he's not the only one. We have Peter Schiff. Peter is also using the word crash. A crash is coming. Now, he's picking the housing market. Pick whichever one you want. Because we are looking at a serious pullback, maybe not a crash, and a very nice pullback in just about everything minus gold and silver. Ray Dalio says you should have 15. He also said disaster, crash, all the kit and caboodle, and have 15% gold. You guys have that? And if the answer is no, well, I have a solution for you. JP Morgan Dimon warns of, quote, economic disaster. So let's listen in.
One of President Trump's recent proposals that would directly affect you, he's doing it to improve affordability, is to impose a 10% cap on credit card rates. Is that a bad idea?
It would be an economic disaster. And I'm not making up because our business, we would survive it, by the way. If you, in the worst case, you have to have a drastic reduction of the credit card business. I mean drastic. I mean like 10%. I mean like 80%. It would remove credit from 80% of Americans, and that is their backup credit. And the people crying the most won't be the credit card companies. It'll be the restaurants, the retailers, the travel companies, the schools, the municipalities.
Oh, I know what you're thinking. Come on, Bravo. It's a good thing. Guys, you're in a debt-based system. You are in a credit system. Money is debt. It is credit. It is of the devil. I think the entire system, the entire credit system would lock up in about 3 months. You might have a sweet little disinflationary, deflationary event, which I say go ahead and try it. Let's start with California. Here's another thing, because I'm kind of a free market guy, as you might know or not know, is I don't like the government getting involved in anything. I think you would agree with me, government officials are not always that smart. Don't get me wrong, Trump has some great ideas, but usually when they play out, you're like, yeah, maybe not. So when they start talking macroeconomics and why markets go up or down, leave it for the experts. Leave it for the YouTubers. Ones with not high school diplomas. And yesterday, everyone's like, oh, the market, it went down. Well, I know it's kind of farting around right now. You have broken some key support, and in yields, oh my gosh. I'm not just talking about what this is. It was Japan. Japan is the canary in the coal mine. It is your black swan. People are running away from the credit system, the debt system. Where are they running to? Well, they're running to gold and silver. It is great if you own it. This is ungreat, the opposite if you don't. On this channel, I tell you, hold it, trade it. Take a 3.5% loan against it if you really need it. Because in life, you never want to sell your assets, but you did at a profit, fair share of taxes on it, and you guys screaming at me. Same with real estate. You should never sell real estate either. It is an asset. Oh, you're being hypocritical. You sold yours. Yeah, yes, I know. I've turned over a new leaf, and you could sell these. That's okay. You could sell the bonds, which it looks as if I were to look at this going back to 2006, it's breaking. Everyone is selling their bonds. How's the purchasing doing? Why don't you just have your own government purchase it like we do? They isn't. That's still not working. So the system is breaking. If you subscribe, you click the subscribe button on the channel. It'll go poof. I'll tell you what's happening. Now, Scott Bessent said it was because of this, why the market's selling off. I'm going to say what predicts the news? The charts do. I was predicting, well, not to me. The charts have been predicting this. Trump is going to tell you it's one thing. Scott, he's closer. But the truth is, the charts knew it. Let's listen in to Scotty here, who's really slouching.
The markets are going down because the Japanese bond market had a 6 standard deviation move for the past 2 days. That would be in their 10-year bonds. I've been in touch with my economic counterparts in Japan and urged them to take the necessary measures to stabilize their bond market, but that's spilling all over into all bond markets. German yields are up, French yields are up, U.S. yields are up, again, it's mostly the Japanese bond market, got nothing to do with Greenland.
I'm going to have to agree with Scott 100%. And it all has to do with this. And this chart should actually scare you. And you're like, what am I looking at? I had a comment in the comments section who said, Bravo, can you please just stick to the news, do another channel of charts? Which I said, because I will comment back to you, that the charts predict this. This is like a foregone story. I know where Bitcoin's going. I know where the NASDAQ's going. I know where the housing market's going. I know where interest rates are going. Why is that? Is that because of Scott Bessent? It's because of Donald J. Trump? No, it's the charts. When the orange guy came out and said, you know what we're doing? We're buying bonds, we're buying the 10s, the 30, whatever, and what did yields do? They went up. It went the wrong way. I don't know if you know this, but politicians are slightly out of touch with you and I. And breaking news, there's so many people that take this as investment advice and they're like, well, this guy's saying that, so I'm going to buy this. You do know that you're probably going to lose. Now let me back up my claim and see if
We're going to give guidance at some point to see what is a mom and pop that someone, maybe your parents for their retirement, bought 5, 10, 12 homes. So
yeah, you know, you guys bought 5, 10, 12 homes. I don't know if you know this. He really didn't slip up. This is what he believes. This is his world. This is what he teaches his children. And this is how the rich live. You should own 5, 10, 15 homes. You should be the top 1%. You should click the subscribe button. I give you the plan. What I teach you, I teach my children. And throughout my life, I make adjustments. It is foundational that you understand this. Be able to look at this blue-purple line and go, okay, that's a left shoulder, that's a left, that's a head. It's an inverse, and that's a neckline. If you ever pass that, we all die. Here, let me zoom in for you. I'm just going to take this little area right there. Here, let me draw a little head and shoulders for you. Make sure you don't break that neckline. When you do, yields go up. I don't want this to happen because I got to do some financing, some debt in a year or so, but you should go up to 4.4% on the 10-year. These are the things you need to understand in life. So someone said, and can you please keep your sales pitch, right? Because I don't want to come here every single day and teach you this. Also, YouTube doesn't like when I do this because I see my viewers go, funny guy with funny hair drawing funny lines, but telling you where it's going. Like you should not, don't break that. That on a rising wedge, that is dangerous. This should have broken down. It didn't. Now you could tell your mortgage broker or whatever, well, this is where it's going to go. And it's going to go there. So teach your children. This is my daughter, Kayla Kilbride. This is me explaining Market Open. But she's an advanced futures and options trader. This morning, I'm like, Kayla, jump on the call, 6:30 a.m. California time. Watch Dad make $1,000. I shorted it here, right? And then it bounces on the 200. And then I went long here, and then I closed my position here, and she's like, but Dad, Market Open, you're going to make so much more money. I'm like, yeah, piggies get fed, hogs get slaughtered. And I said, that's it, goodbye. As my wife comes into the picture, let me see the 2 grandkids. Morning, Kayla. And I'm like, I got to go on a walk. I do this with my own kids, with friends. This is my student going through the course, $801 a day. If you want to learn how to do it, it's like, hey, Dad.
They called me daddy, right, last time? very smart man said, he's our daddy.
I mean, I'm not Trump. You don't have to call me daddy. Take this. I'll even carry over my sale at $2.99. You get 2 courses in this, so when you're trading the NASDAQ, it's on the daily. This is probably what's going to happen. It's a rising wedge. It broke. It's going to go down here. But wait, it's going up today. Yeah, it's probably going to come up and retest that. It's running really hard. Man, over 2%. What did Don just say? Just understand, just know, whatever he's saying or whatever's happening, it does not take away with the underlining and what is happening in the broad market. And with what is happening in Japan right now, it should send out some warning bells, also known as panic, which it's in full panic mode. And that's why you see news articles like this. JP Morgan vaults keep getting drained to meet physical silver demand, 1.2 million more ounces delivered tomorrow, and then they try and it doesn't work. Also, it is really cool when you train your children in the ways of the Lord or how to become multimillionaires and they listen,
streaming
and then
the
you
IPO
see
today.
them on
Did you
Bloomberg
get an
or on
Kayla Kilbride.
CNBC,
She
right?
talks investing on TikTok and other social media. Her team is called Girls Talks.
Oh, and look at that. My kid's going against Mr. Wonderful, going up against Jim Cramer, Ethereum. Dr. Jim takes his notes and whatever they spew. But guys, you need to learn this. This is the dollar. So when everyone tells you, like I could use this in everything, where the news and YouTubers are like, the dollar's going to zero. Buy my shat coin. Which is fine. You just need to know how to do it. Oh, by the way, the dollar. Yeah, you guys are you're still there. You cross that white line, again, we all die. Do listen to the orange guy about gold, the golden rule. So make sure you have it. 500 ounces of silver. You got to be the 1%. Oh, and buy 15 homes and put renters in there. That or them. And with that, I love you. Have a great whatever day it is, and I'll see you in the morning. We'll trade some more. See you tomorrow.